I was planning on doing this earlier, but I fell asleep on the couch as soon as I got home from work. Anyway, different video. I'll show you how to clean your mass airflow sensor on a 3rd gen Toyota 4Runner with a 3.4 V6. First, locate your mass airflow sensor. Right here's your air box. Right here's your mass airflow sensor housing. Disconnect it. And once you've got it disconnected, you got 2 screws to take out. One is right here, and one is right there, directly underneath this side. But to make it easier on yourself, gotta take out this this bolt, that one, and that one. Take out your air box so that you've got room to work with. These are all 12mm sockets, but with this one you'll need about 9 miles worth of extensions, and yeah, there you go. I had to use an adapter, but it'll work. All right, now that you've got the mass airflow sensor out of the housing, that's what she looks like. Now there's your hot wire inlets and all that. You want to spray the mass airflow sensor like all over this. Like you want to just douse the inside and outside of this. And whatever you do, do not touch that hot wire with any Q-tips or anything like that. They're super, super sensitive. So let's get to spraying. All right, there's no real like definite amount of time that you should like clean this. I've seen from anywhere from 3,000, 10,000, 15,000, or even 60,000. But you know, if you're messing around under the hood, take 5 minutes. Anybody with a screwdriver and a couple of sockets can do this. Yeah, that little hot wire was a little bit dirty, but doing this can help your gas mileage, your acceleration, all that, because this is basically just telling the ECM how much gas and air to mix together. Mass airflow sensor cleaner, not the greatest tasting thing in the world. But yeah, you want to get this thing just good and soaked. After you've sprayed it and doused it pretty good for, about 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Let that sit and dry out. This stuff evaporates very quickly, so after about 5 minutes, 10 minutes just to be safe, should be good to go to put it back in. And while we're down here, we're going to take the air tube off and spray on the throttle body, clean it up a little bit. And yes, there is duct tape and clamps on these outlets on this tube. This is actually the wrong tube for the 3.4 V6, but it works. This is what we're using. You want to put your rag down underneath the throttle body to collect any of the overspray or whatever. And as you can tell, it's a little bit dirty, but you want to spray this stuff in there while working the linkage. That way you can get everything good and covered. And also spraying the linkage down a little bit ain't the terrible thing in the world to do. She probably would like it. Yeah, I should have put a mask on before doing this. Whoopsie daisy. If you're going to clean your throttle body like this, it's easier to just, or well, better just to take it off the throttle body housing instead of, spraying up through here, because you're not going to get as much through there. So just take a minute to unscrew it from the throttle body housing and do it that way. All right, once you've got it sprayed and soaked a little bit, take you a plastic brush of some sort, get in there and scrub it a little bit. And then rinse it with your throttle body cleaner. Pick up your phone because you knocked it over again. Let it dry, or at least drain out, and then scrub it again. Usually, if it's not too dirty, you can get away with just wiping a lot of that stuff away. But if it's been a while since your last throttle body cleaning, you want to get a small brush. That way you can scrub around in there. All right, now that the throttle position sensor has had plenty of time to dry out, I want to put her back in there and hook everything back up. Just going to try to get a couple of threads on there just to get it where it won't just slip out. And also, you're screwing this into plastic, so you don't want to get it super tight. All right, so that's in there. Where is my socket? As a matter of fact, I would just go finger tight on these, so I wouldn't bother using the ratchet to get these tight. Because like I said, you're screwing these into plastic. All right, once you get all that done, you just wiggle your air box back down into place, tighten it down, plug her up, and you're set. Now is also obviously a good time to go ahead and check your oil, your power steering fluid, coolant, your washer fluid, stuff like that. So super easy stuff to do. Anybody with a pair of hands and a rag could do it. As far as the mass airflow sensor and throttle body cleaning, you may have a little bit of a stutter at first because of whatever throttle body sensor got down into the throttle body and is working its way through. So let's crank her up, let her run for a minute. She had a little bit of a stutter, but she's already running smoother. Alright, well, I know this is a little bit different video than what's on the channel because this is primarily fishing, but you have to take care of your vehicles. Like this 4Runner's got 340 some odd thousand miles on it, and little stuff like that can mount up to where it just helps your vehicle. I need to put a quart of oil in it, which that's no big deal, but like I said, little stuff like throttle body cleaning, keeping your air filter clean or swapping it out, cleaning your sensors, stuff like that. It all adds up to how healthy your vehicle is. And if you're one of those types that is just too lazy to even check the oil or have it changed regularly, then you don't deserve to have a vehicle. You're just doing yourself more damage than good, because all you're doing is just hurting your vehicle. As far as like oil changes go, I like doing them about every 5,000 miles instead of 3,000, because my way of thinking is if you can still read your dipstick through the oil, it hasn't broke down enough to be replaced. But typically, I go ahead and change mine every 5,000 miles and put a high mileage oil filter on it just to help with the filtration. Anyway, like I was saying, this is a little bit different video than the fishing stuff you normally see on the channel. I don't know if I'll clean or keep this on the schedule or not, but it is what it is. But if you got a 3rd Gen 4Runner with 3.4 V6 and was wondering how to change the mass airflow sensor, clean it, how to clean the throttle body, now you know. It's not as complicated as a lot of YouTube videos make it out to be. Anyway, hope you like the video. We'll see you in the next one.